Okay, Gary Search is one of our new Board of County Commissioners in Sumter County. You probably recall he ran together with Craig Estep and Orrin Miller as a team. Many of you changed your party affiliation so that you could vote for him. He's here. He's going to talk to us briefly about one of the things that he's going to make sure happens this in the next month or so. Gary, let's unmute Gary.
I think I am unmuted, aren't I?
There you go. Yep, I see you. Gary, very welcome. And tell us what's going on.
Well, thank you first for having me. And I couldn't agree with you more with the events in Washington. As many of you, if not all of you know, I am a registered Republican. Now, before you throw your ire at me, I always have said that I'm a public servant first, and I deplore what happened in Washington. It's not what we do as civilized, lawful people. And so I just want to make sure that's set straight. I think one of the main issues, Chris, that you wanted me to talk about was back in December, what came to the floor at the Sumter County Commissioners meeting was the reverse One Sumter. And something that my wife and I had petitions signed while we were out there. And what I sensed during the meeting when Orrin made the motion to have it brought up as a resolution, I sensed that there wasn't going to be a second to it. And I waited to see. And so I chose not to second it because that allowed it to carry forward. Under Robert's Rules of Order, had I seconded and there would have been a no vote, then Orrin or myself could not have brought that back up in future meetings. It would have had been brought up by somebody who rejected it. So during that time, I've met with people, talked with people, and since there's no cost to the taxpayers, at our last workshop meeting, I brought up that it's going to be brought up on this Tuesday's meeting. And I think I have at least 3 commissioners convinced. Well, I don't have to convince Orrin, but 3 commissioners convinced that it should pass this Tuesday. Because I brought up the motion on a resolution and it will be brought forward to the board. My whole point has always been this. I believe the residents of the county should be the ones who determine how their county's governed. And if that's by putting it on the ballot in 2022, that they want it by district, then that's the wish of the residents. If they want it to stay at large as it is now, that's up to the residents. But I do believe it should be the residents who decide how they want their county governed. So it will, Chris, it will be on the agenda this Tuesday. If you look at the agenda, and it's a resolution that I brought forward now, and as I promised, but I wanted to find more information out. I didn't want the money to be spent to send in the petitions to find out that the petitions, and for those who aren't familiar with it, it's not like running for a candidacy. You must send in all the petitions at one time. They're verified at that point. If you don't have enough verified petitions, they all get thrown away and you start back at 0. And I'm not sure a lot of people understand that. I can't hear you, Chris. You're muted.
Could put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Gary?
I'm hearing him fine, Chris.
Okay, I'm locked. Okay, keep going.
So anyway, looking at the petitions and looking at about 11,000 people who want it on the ballot, I feel it's enough people in the wish of the county that we place it on the ballot. So it'll be discussed Tuesday and hopefully it'll go through.
Gary, that is such excellent news. We want to thank you for that. Many of us put in A lot of those long, hard hours collecting petitions, vetting
Uh,
petitions, entering petitions. And so
Well,
it's good to know that our work has value to you. Thank you.
well, I spent 45 days in 95-degree temperature with my wife out there too, getting petitions, so I know what it takes.
Yeah,
Um,
not
and
anyone's favorite campaign chore.
no, but I had to look at the whole aspect of where the petitions were, the potential that they may not all be valid. And if that's the wish of 10% of the people in the county, let's get it on the ballot and see how the county wants the county to, or how the people want the county to be governed. And so we'll see what happens Tuesday.
All right. Thank you so much, Gary, and congratulations again on your win. And we're looking for great things from you three.
Well, and also
Nice to be
stay
represented.
tuned as we continue to push and push. A lot of people think we're in control of the vaccinations. It's the health department, but we constantly are meeting with them weekly and hoping the state will push forward more vaccinations. As you saw in the paper today, there's a little bit more rollout. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you'll hear more of a rollout. And once we can get a public announcement made, then the plan, hopefully, don't spread this yet, is to have 800 a day for 90 straight days, 7 days a week. If we can get the contract from the state verified. So stay tuned. But good luck and everything. Appreciate you having me. And unless anybody has any other questions, or unless you have any questions for me, Chris, but I do appreciate the time to be able to talk. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much for coming, Gary. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great
Okay.
meeting. Take care.
Cheers to
Bye-bye.
Gary. Bye-bye. Okay, so that is really, really excellent news. We were within spitting distance of hitting the required 10,153 verified petitions. We had about that amount unverified, and it took us about a year. Well, no, it took us about maybe 8 months to get that done. It's a massive amount of work. And the thought that all of that might have gone to nothing didn't make me happy. So I'm really glad that Gary had an opportunity to come here and clear that up. And cheers to Gary and of course to Orrin, who was the chairman of the reverse One Sumter. They're starting to feel a lot better already.